Good morning. We're going to go ahead and correct the first 5 here. And again, I really appreciate a number of you who were submitting them yesterday, and in the morning at least I was able to send them back and have some people fix them up. But still lots of mistakes, and that's okay. It's the first day we're working on something, so that's to be expected. Please pay close attention to the process that we're using. I think it'll be a lot easier if you follow the steps the way that I am doing them here, okay? Okay, so to start off with, we did number 1 yesterday, which again, the directions were bold the subject, underline the verb, and highlight the direct object. Okay, so we're going to go ahead into number 2. Its boundaries reach into 3 states, and we're going to start by finding the verb. So that should be easy. We're finding action verbs. These are things that you do. So that's going to be reach is going to be our verb. So we're going to underline that. What's reaching? Well, boundaries, okay? So we're going to come over here and we're going to bold boundaries. So the boundaries reach. Now, before looking for the direct object, I encouraged many of you yesterday, well, all of you in the directions, and then many of you again in some emails, is to get rid of the prepositional phrases. So if we look in this sentence, into 3 states is a prepositional phrase. So we're going to get rid of that. And now our decision becomes pretty easy. There's no words left to be a direct object, so we do not have one. Number 3, the park features thousands of hot springs. Okay, start with the verb, which is features. What features thousands of hot springs? Well, the park does. So we're going to go to park. And we're going to bold park. Now, the park features thousands of hot springs. Well, let's look for any prepositional phrases. A very common preposition is of, so we are going to go ahead and get rid of hot springs. And now our direct object becomes pretty easy. The park features what or who? The park features thousands. So this would be your direct object. All right. Number 4, some hot springs shoot columns of water and steam into the air. Okay, well, let's start with what the verb is. The verb is shoot. That's a pretty easy one to spot, an action. What's shooting? Now, here I would accept hot springs or springs, okay? You could argue that hot's an adjective and shouldn't be included, but hot springs are kind of one of those things that it's one thing. So whether you did hot springs or springs, don't worry about that, okay? All right, now, prepositional phrases. Oh, there's of what? Okay, of water and steam. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, here's another preposition, into the air. So we're going to get rid of that as well. And notice, once we get rid of those prepositional phrases, hot springs shoot what? Columns. Our direct object kind of jumps out at us once we get rid of those prepositional phrases. And it's not always going to solve your problem, but it will often. Okay, the last one for today. We call them geysers. Verb, call. Makes our subject pretty easy. Who's doing the calling? We. Now this one, I will be honest with you. I have looked at this one over and over and over, and I'm not sure we call who or what. Well, this one, these are both, well, we have a pronoun and a noun. I honestly couldn't make up my mind, so I don't think it's fair to expect you to. So if you had either them or geysers as your direct object, that because really them is describing the geysers, so therefore we could say it's them or geysers. So in this case, either one. All right. Your task for tomorrow, or for Monday, well actually for the end of the day today, is please do 6 through 10. And I know a lot of you already did them because you didn't read the directions that said do 1 to 5. So go back. Fix them. Please do not just go with the answers you already have, especially if you had a number of mistakes up here.